leaders like Jasmine Crockett in the Congress gives me hope that the Democratic Party, if they follow her lead, will do well. Right now, everybody is in limbo, but she's out there in the field with the proper communication, with the proper narrative. And today, she gave a doozy on Chris Hayes' show. It was today narrated by Ali Velshi. But I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side, because this is extremely important what she's saying. It is something that I've been preaching now for several years, and it just seems like the Democratic Party, run by all the wrong consultants, refused to do what needed to be done. And she nails it. Check this out.
A lot of people are talking about, you know what, we just are looking forward to the midterms. We only need 3 more seats. I'm sure everybody's tired of getting emails, text messages, phone calls, trying to raise money. But the reality is that we have an opportunity right now. I know that a lot of people look at these seats that are available, which there's going to be a total of 3, and they say these are deep red seats. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. We saw that in the state of Iowa, they swung a seat 27 points so that a Democrat could win. I say we have nothing to lose. We need to go out. We need to talk to those people that finally understand that the only mission that Donald Trump has is making sure that he can line his pockets, line Elon's pockets, and any other billionaire, all at our expense. It's not just going to be the people you dislike that are going to miss out on their Medicare, Medicaid, or their Social Security. Or down in the state of Florida, where 2 of these seats are, they are talking about getting rid of FEMA. It is time to wake up, and it doesn't mean that you're a Democrat if you vote Democratically.
So this is where I want to get to. Who's the audience to swing some of these states? Is it progressives who understand that their priorities are being crushed, or is it people who voted Republican, to whom you say, you didn't vote for this, did you? Exactly. You didn't vote for Elon Musk and a guy named Big Balls to have your documentation.
Yeah.
How does that message get out there in a way that entire audience hears it?
I think that you're right. Definitely the entire audience. I just don't know how many progressives exist in Matt Gaetz' former district, right? But I do think that there are farmers in that district, farmers that are concerned because they rely upon monies as it relates to USAID and other monies that are now being dismantled. And it means that you may lose your family farm. It may be bought up by a corporate organization. And so I think just having very real conversations, we've seen people who have talked about, well, we don't want you firing the people at the VA, or maybe it's somebody that has to fly all the time and they're concerned because we have a record number of planes literally falling out of the sky because he decided he was going to appoint some guy from Fox to be over transportation. But at the end of the day, there were those that never believed that we could end up with 2 senators in the state of Georgia, and we did. There were those that never believed we could have a Democrat representing Alabama, and in that special election, we did. So I think if there's any point in time that the people should rise up and figure out where should I focus my attention, it's on these special elections, and it's having real conversations on the doors with real people talking about what's really happening and not the lies that they're putting out there. We've got to go into their territory. We've got to explain to people in rural America, the reason that you don't have hospitals is because of their policies. The reasons you're not going to have schools is because of their policies. The reason that you had access to more jobs, more healthcare, as well as the next level of farming was because Democrats were the ones that wanted to make sure that you could have broadband access. We've got to start having the conversations instead of just ceding the territory, because the reality is that right now they're trying to cut SNAP benefits. You know who uses more SNAP benefits than anybody else? It's rural America. It's not urban America. We have a story for every single person who's not a billionaire in this country, and it's time for us to tell it.
Jasmine Crockett nails it. Yes, you have to go into every neighborhood, every district, every single part of this country and earn those votes. We have a lot of work to do because we have seeded rural areas. We have seeded many in the working class for so long that we have to build up a level of trust that's going to take some time. But as she pointed out, that district in Iowa that was completely turned around, what Americans are starting to see with this complete decimation of the United States agencies, etc. Many of these people, when they realize, oh, by the way, I am on SNAP, my parents are on SNAP, a few of my people are on Medicaid, my mother's on Social Security, when they start figuring out all these things, that it actually affects them more than anybody else. And of course, we must add that we should not forget that Donald Trump promised that on day one, grocery prices would fall. On day one, he would do all these great things. Yeah, hyperbole, of course. Does his people believe what he was talking about was hyperbole? Well, some of them maybe, but people were expecting results. They knew, many of them knew they were making a bad choice, but at least they thought they were going to get some sort of result to justify the error that they made. So it leaves a crack in the door for you to go in there. And as you know, all the Republicans right now are Trump sycophants, whether they really are or not. On outwardly, they're constantly sucking on Donald Trump. So here is the deal, folks. Now is the time. Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett nails it. Those 3 House seats that are going to be up for election, we could have a monumental change in the next few months where Congress flips from Republican to Democrat, if we stop seeding folks by saying that's a red county, that's a red district. Go earn that vote. Let these people in these rural areas, in these very red areas, understand that what you're bringing is not hope. You're bringing solutions. What you're bringing are not lies. They're solutions. And you know what? After seeing Trump in action for just 3 weeks, and after they would have seen him in action for just a few months, I am pretty sure they're going to say unified government right now with Trump at the head, it's not going to work. Jasmine Crockett, Representative, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, the best communicator in the House.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.